master class.
One of the things that we insist on and talk about is that you don't really have to learn our systems in order to do these principles, that they apply regardless of system. And we know that already, our Ishinru practitioners, Ryukyu Kempo practitioners, and more. But it's nice to be able to showcase that. And so during the 5-day, we had a chance to invite a couple of the people who were attending to step up and just show some stuff. There's a couple of lessons here. One is the way in which it reinforces that point, that the principles apply regardless of system or style. But the other thing is that these two guys, Dave Gimberline, coming out of Shotokan, and CB Bunkholt, who comes out of Hapkido and Taekwondo, they're both really good martial artists, and you can learn something from them. I know I did.
In Heian or Pinan Godan, towards the end, there is a technique that I was told is stabbing for the groin, and then you don't know why you do this, and then you pull your feet together, and then you switch and do the other side. And I came up with a million little variations that included sweeps and throws, but they all required so much precision. So I kind of looked for something that works better. The much more common older version of the kata does not have two of these, it's got one. It goes 1, 2, doesn't matter your stance much. Then you switch your feet and do the other side. You can do an angle, whatever happens to fit. So you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you have something similar? Yep. So rather than so much precision, I've got an aggressive attacker who's come up to grab me, I don't like it. I'm worried he's gonna let go and punch with his right hand because people are right-handed, so I trap it. Then I slap him in the groin, and then I pull his hands apart, and then I throw him on the ground. So this big, complicated thing became slap him. Everybody does that. Slap his hip, though, because he's your friend. And he gets to go next. This goes down, this goes up. And you can stop here, doesn't matter. Then I'm just going to grab an elbow or a wrist and do that motion. Anyway, I started teaching my people that even though our whole style does it different, we end like this. So just do it that way. Because they can do it, like on the first try or two. It doesn't take 10 years of 1,000 repetitions to be in exactly the right spot. Right hand so they won't hit you. Slap them in the groin. Your left hand's going to do downward block. Your right hand does high augmented, rising, inside, up a hand. Grab, elbow or wrist, step behind him, throw. Here, I'll grab you.
All right.
Trap my right hand.
Trap this?
Yeah, slap me.
Smack.
Oh, good. This is going to come up in between. Yep, and that's going to go down.
Okay.
And then this is going to come more, this you grab. Okay. This is going to be more of a push.
Push this way?
Over this way or this way, it depends on. But this leg goes behind you, behind me. Yep, that's fine. Yep.
We'll keep going with, left hand pushing, ready to clock you, right? So as he comes at me, and I'm going to turn to the outside, right? This is like a Dusty special, right? So I'm just going to post this in. Let's get that much down. So as he reaches, I don't care if I get one finger, I get a couple fingers, just to kind of post this here, right? So I can do all kinds of other fun stuff. One thing, going back to the reality part, he's a bad guy, he's pushing me around, he's probably gonna be like this, right? So I'm gonna miss that first one. That's okay. I might wanna be like, hey, I don't want any part of this, right? And now I can get this. And because I'm off to the side here, I'm safe, I'm away from all that, right? Next part. So here's a couple of things. As he's reaching, I may be able to get it this way, just to kind of block it over. If I'm like, hey, get a hold of it that way, I can maybe come up and block this way. which you guys have seen all those, right? I might want to let him trap or get his hand on me so that I can turn. Now, let's say, because you always have to have plan B. None of this is going to work exactly right off the bat, right? So let's say he goes to push and I get to here. If I miss this and maybe I'm just going to trap this, well, then I'm going to turn so I get away from that. Here, let's switch to the other side, please. So as he comes in, say I trap this way, I'm just holding this. If I can't get this, but maybe I can get this, right? So now I can get this type of a lock, right? So as he comes in again, if I can get over here, see I'm still safe, right? I can have my hand up here, just grab, in, down, right? Okay. So let's go into that one. Okay, got that? Trap this way. This is, one more time, sure. So I'm gonna get to the outside. I'm gonna trap this. If I can get this, great. If not, I'm gonna come to here. You know, I can go this way and then let it go. So let's start with here to here, right? And then this is kind of a classic Hapkido lock against the elbow, right? As he comes in, he's pushing. Okay, we can get to here, right? I got my shirt in there, but so we've got that one. We've got this. Now, from here, when we go right into the locks, the reality of that is not real good, right? So as we do these things, we may want to strike. And something like that might happen. I got to him before he got his hand on me. That's all right. I still want to hit. I want to get into a lock, right? And I might not get the hold I'm looking for. I got a thumb, I got a digit, that's okay. So try to work with whatever you have. So from here, I get to here, right? I can back fist, I can turn and punch. And as I do that, that gives a nice, puts a little tightness on the wrist, right? Now I could just pull right into here, so I got him that way, right? So we've got a few different things we can do, but let's just stick with this, yes sir, with this. Now from here, I think most of you know this technique, right? Sankyo or, right? So that makes this a really nice transition, right? He's coming in to push, and it doesn't matter if it's one hand or both hands, right? Now, once I take him down, there's a few different things you can do. I don't want to lose this grip, right? So I can either lock this out, okay? I can bring him over, okay? Or we can go back to here, right? Walk around this way, take him over. So lots of different ways, and if we can get him over to the stomach, head down, now we know he can't do anything, right? Lots of people teaching the same thing at various seminars. Try to throw a strike in there. All right, so as this comes in, boom, I might want to come right into here, right? Now I can get my technique. But you need to set this up. You are not going to just grab stuff out of midair and be able to do this. So if anybody has ever fought a boxer and you're trying to catch that stuff, not going to work so well, right? Too fast. You're the boxer. Okay, so you're throwing, right? So maybe to grab it this way on the inside, right? So now we're on the outside. You can still get those locks in, right?
So I'm always thinking of that back arm.
Right, right.
Which is the guy who's overextended.
Exactly.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
But if you're throwing that and I get this over and I can get to here, And it's the same thing. What if I'm throwing a hook? I'm a boxer too, right?
Yeah.
Bang, and I catch. Sorry, and I catch you right on heart too.
Helen, did you question you on
But see how that's gonna work, right? Now you're right there, bang,
And now we can
right?
use some tuate.
And now there we are.
Yeah, it's Nahanchi. Of course it is.
Exactly. I don't even know Nahanchi. So you can really do whatever, you know? Boom, boom.
And then for maybe a right left.
Right. Now I'm over here. Lock that in.
Thanks for watching. Now go train.